and welcome to Music at the Piano. After I finished the video of the bicycle rider, I realized that I didn't really go over how to learn it or practice it if you're learning this on your own. So what I would do first is I would learn the right hand. I might want to clap the right hand. I think we could just get away with clapping the first phrase because so much of it is the same. So the pattern that keeps repeating all the time shows up right away at the beginning. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That same rhythmic pattern happens in measures 5, 6, 7, 8. Measures 9, 10, 11, well, 12, that's right. And then on the last page, it's all eighth notes until the very end. And the end has the same rhythm as measures 3 and 4, and measures 7 and 8, and measures 11 and 12. So here's the right hand alone. 1, 2, here I go. I'm sorry, I think I'm going to turn the volume up. One more time. 1, 2, ready, go. You can play along with me after you have learned it yourself. 2, 3, 4. And then I would make sure I knew how to play the left hand alone, especially to work on the up and down wrist technique with firm fingertips. So you want a nice arch in your hand. And then here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to switch to 4 and 2. And then this phrase starts here. Measure 6. And we go up to 1 and 3 and measure 7. But then we go back down to the F. Then we start over. And the last page is a little bit different. So I would recommend working on that till you can play it at the speed that I'm playing it. Before you put it hands together, you might want to tap it hands together. Whoops, I dusted, but I didn't get that part. Don't look too close. So I'm going to tap it hands together. 1, 2, ready, tap. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there are some people who do have a lot of difficulty tapping two notes or notes or rhythms, whatever, having two things in one hand against one thing in another. And for those people, I would just back up and take it slow and develop that skill first before you make them tap the rhythm of a piece like this. Now, another thing I like to do is just go through, when you're learning it hands together, play the first note of each measure in the left hand against all the notes in the right hand. So I will demonstrate that now. 1, 2, here I go. Their eyes will pick up what they're not playing, and it will make it easier for them to play it later because their brain has started thinking about it. And by the same token, you can play the whole left hand and the first note of each measure in the right hand. And you're going to be a little surprised at how often a certain note shows up. 1, 2, ready, play. I do like to use finger 3 on this bottom note just because it's a very strong middle of your hand sort of finger. Now, the next thing I would have a student do, or myself if I were learning this on my own, is I would not freak out by trying to do too much at one time. I would learn the last bar hands together. And after I master that, I'd add the bar before it. And after I mastered that, I'd add the bar before it. And then I'd go like that all the way through the piece, one measure at a time. Other days, I might practice after I had the whole page learned fairly well. I do the last page, the last 2 pages, the last 3 pages. Or I would start with the middle page and then add the last page and then add the first page. And then some days practice it from the beginning to the end. If you always practice it from the beginning to the end, your end is going to be weaker than your beginning and you'll start feeling uncomfortable about halfway through. But if you practice the end and then the middle to the end and then the beginning to the end at least half of the time, it'll all even out and you'll know the whole piece equally well and you will be playing towards something you know very well or better. I'll play the whole piece hands together for you now. 1, 2, and I'm not going to play fast. You can learn it and play it fast, but as this is a practicing video, I'll go a little bit on the slow side. Not as slow as you'll be at the beginning of your learning process, but not as fast as you'll be at the end of your learning process either. 1, 2, here I go. company while you're practicing. You can practice the right hand alone, along with me playing this. You just rewind the video to whatever the minute is for this. You could do the left hand alone against me playing both hands, and then you could also practice it hands together with me. That would be fun. Thank you very much.